Hi, everybody. Welcome to First Look. This is my two Katies, Katie Boyle, Katie Couric. And there's something creepy going on here because Katie Boyle always dresses in the same tones I do. And it's starting to really kind of scare me.
I'm stalking you. I envy
But,
you.
you know,
right.
we're coordinated a little bit, but we're quite colorful.
We're morning show anchors or
Exactly.
something.
Hi, I'm Katie.
I'm Katie, too.
Okay, anyway, moving right along to talk about...
I'm going to be you.
To talk about First Look. Today we are really focusing, this is a real watershed week, I think, for the Bush administration and our policy in Iraq. Obviously, because the Baker-Hamilton report is coming out, much anticipated on Wednesday, and there seems to be some movement within the White House and with other high-ranking officials about sort of what we're going to do in terms of the policy there. It seems like it's been moving at a snail's pace, but this might be a very important week. I think it will be an important week. So we're beginning tonight with Jim Axelrod at the White House, and I'm not sure what Jim is talking about in particular. Do you know, Katie?
Actually, I don't. He was talking to Rome about it. I think essentially it's more looking forward to the report and figuring out this is what they're. A lot of the recommendations have been leaked out already, and so we're now starting to talk about, well, what are the realistic ones, and how's the Bush White House going to implement them or not?
Right. And then we've got David Martin. He did an interview with Ken Adelman, one of the most outspoken neocons who's had a real change in heart. They profiled him in Vanity Fair along, didn't they, with Richard Pearl?
January.
Yeah, oh, right, but they released some of it prior to the midterm elections, which we thought was borderline suspect, but that's okay. And anyway, so Ken Adelman is talking to David Martin and is highly critical of the Iraqi policy, and of course he was the big cheerleader for what happened in Iraq from the get-go. And we have a couple of other interesting pieces. Armin Katayan, you've been working with Armin on his piece, right, Katie?
I haven't, but I'm aware of it. Armin Katayan's got...
Who has been working with you? Does anybody know what the hell is going on here?
No, we have an exclusive early look at an Inspector General report from the Interior Department that basically says that the oil companies have not been paying what they should to the taxpayer for the windfall profits they make. So it's sort of your tax dollars at work.
Okay.
Or being wasted.
We have a couple of other pieces, one on this heart medication that was supposed to boost good cholesterol rather than deal with the bad cholesterol, but it's been taken off the market because some patients died during some of the clinical trials, right? How many patients died?
Well,
do you know?
It's only about 50, but it's...
Only 50?
Well, but I'm out of 15,000. But what it did, this is a big story because... it's a new class of drugs that everybody had high hope for because it was going to boost good cholesterol, not just lower bad cholesterol,
right,
which is what other statins do. So this was...
Is this even considered a statin?
No,
or
it's
A
not.
different, yeah.
No, it's not. So Pfizer had spent nearly $1 billion to develop this, and and cardiologists and patients around the country were really excited and hoping the FDA would approve this for use next year, but they got some bad news and they pulled the plug on it last minute, and a lot of folks are disappointed.
So that should be a really important and interesting story, even though disappointing. Do you think they're going to go back to the drawing board and maybe work on the drug, or do you think that they're going to shelve it indefinitely?
That's the question.
Dr. Boyle?
Yeah, well, Dr. LaPoop will weigh in on that. I think that the hope is that they'll find another way. There's some good news on a diabetes drug, though, that just came across the wire. So with every, maybe do that, and so we'll include that in your chat with John afterwards.
Sounds good. And then I'm working on a piece on faith in films. You know, Fox opened up a whole division that's focused on religious movies, and this movie, a Christian movie about a football team in Georgia, was made for very little money and has raked in millions and millions of dollars. And of course, the Nativity opened. I'm sorry, I had a burrito for lunch. I had a little indigestion. The Nativity opened. I need a breath mint apparently too. But the Nativity opened up this weekend, and it's really a look at how Hollywood is capitalizing on religion in this country. And I interviewed the director and the writer of this movie. The writer did The Rookie, and the director did 13. And what is it? Prince of Dog? What do you guys? What is that? Dog?
Lords of
yeah, I knew Lords Prince.
Subversive movies,
yeah, very.
Exactly.
I mean, anybody who saw 13 was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sending my daughter to a nunnery. But anyway, she directed this, and we had a very interesting conversation about Hollywood's current infatuation with religious films. And I was talking to them about whether it was polarizing, because if you're not of a certain faith or not a particularly religious person, sometimes I think they can only add to sort of the polarization that many people feel exists in this country. So that's really what we're doing today on First Look. I think it sounds like a really interesting show. I'm excited about it.
Well,
Are you excited about it?
I'm very excited. It's Monday.
Yeehaw.
I'm ready to go. Woohoo!
All right.
So what are you wearing tomorrow?
I'm not going to tell you. And please stop going through my closets. Ew. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.